40-15.
His fastest try so far, 123, doesn't count, wasn't in. Outrageous attempt to smash from the baseline off a low bouncing ball, just terrific talent produced this shot.
Agassi leads 5-1.
Well, I couldn't help but laugh to myself there. He really is very confident at the moment. This is not an easy shot. If you're any sort of social player or club player, just try it. Very difficult.
Woodforde down a set, 1-5, second set.
Luck. Luck. 30-15.
He's really just starting to break down that backhand side. It's almost like a boxer that's gone to the body for 3 or 4 rounds. Woodford's starting to drop his hands and his head's becoming exposed. He's really worked that backhand side beautifully today.
Couple of chances here for Woodforde to pull up to 2-5 in this set.
Game, Woodforde.
Well, I don't think Agassi enjoyed that.
5-2.
It went out by a mile. I think he wanted that game over. He's still leading 5-2. Seems to me that Wally, that Agassi is playing within himself in a really big way. Sometimes it's rather like a practice session against a much lesser player. I'm not suggesting here Woodforde is. If Agassi was out on court there with me, for example, you know, and he'd be hitting like he was hitting to a baby or something, you know, he's just sort of going through the motions, then suddenly explodes into a fantastic sort of winner.
Well, that is what he's doing so well. He's sticking to his game plan. And it's not always easy to do at 6-2 for love or 6-2, 5-2. The temptation is to really start going for it. But Andre has stuck to his guns, and he's done it very well. And I've just been really impressed with his body language. And tennis is a one-on-one sport. And you've got to impose your will on your opponent. Virtually say, hey, if you want to beat me, you're going to have to do a lot of running. You're going to have to do a lot of balls back. I'm here for the duration. And it's not something that Andre has always done. But out here today, I think Mark Woodforde almost a little bit intimidated by Andre's presence at the moment.
15, luck. 13, love.
Even got time to act as ball boy.
Well, Andre's just having one of those days at the moment where everything is just happening in slow motion. He had all the time in the world out of the corner of his eye to see Woodforde backing away, looking for a forehand, and 3 set points.
Game, second set, Agassi, 6 games to 2. Ball change.
Well, something that's got to change. Shields looking extremely relaxed, and why not? It's been a master class by Agassi, as Wally Masur says, virtually in slow motion. It's absolutely extraordinary, the sort of medium pace control that Agassi has exerted over his opponent.
Love.
You think perhaps Woodforde was expecting Agassi to hit the ball really hard all the time and perhaps go forward and volley? I don't know, whatever plan Woodforde had has been totally dismantled.
I think you're right, Bill. I think Mark probably expected
13.
Andre to come out today like he had in his previous 2 matches, playing like a whirlwind, really going for it, and making a lot of winners, but giving Mark a lot of free points. And Mark does like pace. He really does manoeuvre the ball around well. He uses his opponent's pace. But today he's been put in the position where he has to create his own pace. Particularly off that backhand side, he hasn't enjoyed the experience.
Love.
Well, he served first in all 3 sets, Mark Woodforde, and he's dropped his serve in the first 2 sets, which is hardly the best way to begin a set. With any luck, he should hold here. 40 love.
Game, Woodforde. First game, third set.
Well, that's a radical difference, and I hope he builds on that and goes forward and volleys and goes out with all guns blazing.
As you would expect, Mark at this point now changing his game, coming in behind first and second serves during the course of that game. He has to, and you just wonder, and we'll have a quick look at that set in summary. Let's have a look there. Well, unforced errors from Wood for 14. I think you'd find a lot of those are on the backhand side. And Agassi maintaining that great first serve percentage, 72%. And when he serves as well and as accurately as he does, he dominate the point after that first serve. But yes, Woodforde, I just get the feeling in hindsight that maybe he should have served and volleyed from the onset. Agassi now almost in a real groove.
Yes, that first serve percentage beggars description, wasn't it? 20%. I mean, Agassi is now serving at 3.5 times better in first serve percentage terms than his opponent. I mean, you very rarely see 20% first serve percentage.
No, and not from Mark Woodforde. He really does have a double-style service in as much as he's very accurate and gets that first serve in and usually gets in quick behind it.
Well, as so often when you're getting hammered, your own game hardly flourishes, and you make unforced errors. We've seen that here this week, and I only hope for Mark Woodforde's sake he can
Second serve. Love.
I guess we've talked about Andre's brilliant tactics. It's one thing to have a good game plan, but his execution has just been faultless.
almost the first time in this entire match that the rally has been conducted at a medium pace, and the final shot with added pace has come from Woodforde. Really, every time I think it's come from Agassi before.
Just look at that statistic there. 16 winners for Andre in 2 sets is not a lot of winners by his standards.
Well, okay, but don't be deterred.
40-50.
Woodforde knows he's facing the master passer of a ball. Past you at the net, but why not go ploughing in? He's going to win some of them.
Game, Agassi. 1 game all. First serve.
Amazing deflections you get off these very taut nets here in America. Totally unpredictable.
Low, 50.
Just one of those days where not even the close calls go your way.
There you go.
15 all.
Well, just having a look at that statistics sheet in front of us, this is only Mark Woodforde's 3rd clean winner in the whole match. Quite surprising.
Yeah, Wally, I mean, you've got to remember this guy is the #1 doubles player in the world, and that means he is the #1, in doubles at least, serve and volley expert. So where are the serve and volley?
Yes, well, in hindsight, he really should have been more aggressive from the onset.
15, 30.
I think he's been lured into a false sense of security, having played Agassi at Indianapolis. Agassi that particular day was really going for it, hitting the ball extremely hard, making a lot of unforced errors. But he's done a complete 360 here today.
Well, at least he's moving forward. But he hasn't practiced it much during the match, and it shows. And here are 2 break points.